Has it really been 20 years? Holy crap. 20 years ago, earlier this morning, I was sitting in Latin 2. Remember our teacher? She was teaching us Latin and everything, going through, and principal came on the loudspeaker and said, "The plane has hit the World Trade Center." And I found that very odd because I remember watching on the news one morning where a plane had hit the Empire State Building. It was a single-engine Cessna, I believe, and I believe the pilot survived. I believe one person ended up losing their life. And I'm just like, I don't remember the principal making an announcement about that. And then before the end of class, came on again, and another plane had hit the other World Trade Center tower. And I'm like, that first one, accidents happen. Even if a person decides to do this, it's malicious. To have it happen twice seems a lot more than a coincidence. And it was. It's done other times. To the Pentagon. And even again. Some people stopped it. Some people don't want to believe that. I think a lot of it depends upon the observer. Depends on where you were, what you were doing, your lived experience. Just looking at it, and I think it's what I look to as a STEM moment. It's something that systemically changes things, and it's a severe, traumatic, emotional moment. Something that resonated. America was under attack. It's New York. It's the Big Apple. And even though while attending some Red Sox games, I have participated in and perhaps even started some quote-unquote Yankees sucks chants, it's America. Just to see those images, because as soon as I got out of there, I went up to the library, and so the library did go to the AV room. It was one of those where, because they had some TVs hooked up, so you look at it and you're like, what the heck is going on? You go up to the library, and then you start seeing CNN's coverage. They start to have pictures. It's there, it's September 11th, 2001, 8:48 a.m. Eastern Time. It's a rush transcript. This just in, you are looking at obviously a very disturbing live shot here. This is the World Trade Center. They have unconfirmed reports this morning that a plane has crashed into one of the towers of the World Trade Center. See, right now it's just beginning to work on this story. Obviously, talking to our sources, trying to figure out exactly what's happened, but clearly something relatively devastating happened this morning there on the south end, of Manhattan. And you go on, and I think Sean, I was standing on the vice president of finance for CNN. Sean, we're on the air right now. What can you tell us about the situation? Hello? Yes, Sean, you're on the air right now. Go ahead. What can you tell us? I just witnessed a plane that appeared to be cruising at slightly lower than normal altitude over New York City, and it appears to have crashed into, I don't know which tower it is, but it hit directly in the middle of the World Trade Center towers. Like, what kind of plane was it? Was it a small plane, a jet? It was a jet. Looked like a 2-engine jet, maybe a 737. You talking about a large passenger commercial jet? A large passenger commercial jet. Where were you when you saw this? I'm on the 21st floor of 5 Penn Plaza. And this is the thing, as soon as the situation happened, I mean, people couldn't take their eyes away. I mean, we live in an age where I feel we kind of get desensitized to this stuff, watching all the cool Marvel films. They're lifting up cities, they're destroying New York and everything, but It's a movie. It's made for our entertainment pleasure. This was real life. A lot of people died. As consequence downstream, the choices that were made, many more people died. We are where we are. If Osama bin Laden's goal is to change the way we live, did he win? It's an uncomfortable question to ask. Would it be related to all this? I don't know. All I know is it seems like the path of humanity took a very major turn. Why? It's the day they'll live in infamy. The last time something like that happened to these United States brought us into World War II. Pearl Harbor got attacked. Many people died. As a consequence, many more people died. Many were saved. Who were the people that were justly saved? It depends on what side you're operating from, what you've been through in your life. I think we should be careful when we try to define evil and what that may look like. Well, I don't necessarily know what it looks like. I think it kind of looks like this. This was posted September 11th, 5:14 p.m. Eastern Time. You can see the already smoking tower, the fireball. That's like something you see out of a movie, except it was real. In AP history, we watched that basically, I think, for the rest of the week. My history teacher's just like, this is history. See, they're covering it there, and then New York Times, September 12th, 2001. U.S. attacked, hijacked jets destroy Twin Towers, and hit the Pentagon on Day of Terror. Terror attacks hits U.S. And that seemed to begin the modern war on terror. That is over? Is people don't know what's going on? It seems that we're in a country because if we left, exactly this would happen. And after the longest war in U.S. history, this is where we're at. Folks, I think we can do a lot better. I say it's always darkest before the dawn. I think it's darkest before dawn. And you know what? We're on the cusp right now. We can make this turn. I think we can bring the light. But that depends on each and every one of us. Because only then can we trend in a better direction. But, hey, thank you all for watching. Be safe, everybody, and just remember, we're in this together forever.